So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be doing an update from the living room. Um, Still not feeling very well, and I just don't feel like setting up the lights and crap back there. So, I still wanted to do this because this is some interesting developments today on Sunday, normally the slow news day, right? Well, um, the Iraqi Air Force says today that they have killed al Baghdadi, hit his convoy, the Islamic State leader in Iraq, not the Chechen guy in Syria, the former Ba'athist officer who supposedly, well, John McCain met with a guy who's about 10 years younger than him, who looked a little bit like him, and that's where this whole U.S. supports Islamic State thing comes from. Um, but yeah, he dead now. Anyways, the younger guy, who knows, he's probably dead too. Because Putin is not doing ground operations in Syria. No ground operations in Syria. That's what he just said in an interview today. Um, and he says, yes, they've hit Islamic State targets because they did reconnaissance. They don't have ground troops, but they did reconnaissance. And yeah, every other intelligence service on the fucking planet, including independent aid agencies and news agencies, all say that they're hitting fucking civilians and independent little rebel factions. But he, while claiming he doesn't have forces on the ground, and he even said, I'm not going to. We have no intention of sending ground forces. No intention of sending ground forces. He says, well, of course we're hitting Islamic State because we did reconnaissance on those areas. Oh, he's got that reason ready for him. Yeah, he's what you call a pattern bullshitter. I mean, like once you learn, like factually, once it's been proven to you that he's told a lie, okay, you can see him use the same pattern of deception over and over again, and you can fucking see when he's lying every time. It's really easy. Um. Okay, so speaking of dictators who are completely full of shit, Alexander Lukashenko has won his 5th term as Belarusian president, and with 86% of the 86% of eligible voters reporting. Okay, that's a lot of voters. Okay, nobody just didn't feel like voting. Yeah. 86%. And 3 other candidates. He had 3 opponents. And this guy been in power 21 years. There's like large protests against him in his country every now and again. Right? He won with over 82% of the vote against 3 opponents. 82%. 86% reporting. Kind of like in, Donbass and Crimea when they had 115, 103%. Yeah, they had more ballots than fucking voters in East Ukraine. That was kind of hilarious. So yeah, the guy who helped Putin bullshit the West into dicking around with this ceasefire thing over and over again, which, it's now been rehashed several times, and we've kind of, well, we've basically, Putin in the Middle East, so we can't really support Donbass that much. Interesting way to look at it, at least. You know what a Canadian tactic is? It's when you have your center retreat, and then the enemy advances, and then you have them surrounded because your flanks hold fast. And then once your center is way back here, once your center is way back here, then basically your enemy is in a V. Okay? And I've been trying to take a step back and look at this whole situation broadly and strategically. Okay, so we got Afghanistan, and that's not going so well. But it's in some ways going better than it's been going in Iraq, because there wasn't like a Fallujah of Afghanistan. Okay. But as far as being a pain in Russia's ass, Afghanistan is, solidly held. Okay. Just plain annoying, if nothing else. So I consider Afghanistan to be a victory. I mean, fucking Taliban even blowing up Buddhist monuments. Like, my God, we're good people for, you know fucking. We thought they attacked us, and we still go there and set up fucking schools and try to liberate their women, and people want to call us the Great Satan. That's fucking amazing to me. But anyway, so where we did pull out of and damn near just leave bait. I mean, bait. Think about it. Undermanned, over equipped military stations in northern Iraq. As if we did not know the Caucasus existed. I mean, it's damn near what I thought at first. Like, are we fucking dumb? What if you think? You just make the assumption, no, we're not dumb, and see where that line of thought leads you. Canadian tactic. I don't think it's that nobody else realizes Russia deployed Islamic State from fucking Grozny and Chechnya. Okay. I think that we just don't want Russia to know that we know. You know? Because now we put Putin in a position where he has to defend Assad. And see, this gets into this tricky situation, okay? The thin red line that Obama supposedly failed to enforce, all right? And this is what makes this tactic make more sense, okay? Just bear with me for a minute. If we took out Assad, then Putin would have lost his vested interest. You know, if we would have caused a revolution there, the I don't think the existence of the Russian base would have been there, but certainly the ability of that Russian base to do smuggling operations would have been in danger. Okay? I mean, that's the fucking port of Tartus, for God's sake. A lot of slaves came from there to many different places for long, long periods of time. It's just creepy that that's where they are. Anyways, so if we didn't, if we killed Assad, and Russia would basically not be overcommitting in Syria, okay, then would still be able to commit more resources to Ukraine. And in addition to this, Turkey has been a little bit of an issue. For as long as they've been in NATO, it's been kind of a matter of speculation of whether or not they were considered to be a dependable, legitimate NATO member, right? Like, if something bad happened, could we really depend on Turkey? Because they have lots of business ties with Russia, okay? And they were basically a post Cold War addition to NATO. Now, what do you have? Thanks to what might have been a brilliant strategic move on Obama's part, you have Turkey getting really pissed off at Russia to such an extent where Islamic State is now being blamed for this bombing that happened and the big crowded peace protest. So, get Russia to come down there in the middle, and we got Turkey right here, and we got Saudi Arabia right here, and we're working on trying to make friends with Iran. Okay? And this. So Russia's going to be trying to take over the Middle East, and we're trying to let them, so we could surround them. At the very least, a lot of strategists are saying that it's a good thing for our efforts against Russia. And it's going to be a hard lesson for Putin. He's going to lose support or whatever and get bogged down there. But I don't know how much credence I give that, because Putin's still denying that he will ever send troops into ground operations in Syria, even though for the past week there's for almost 4 weeks now, actually, there's been regular videos of the ground forces that are Russian ground forces performing operations in Syria. And Putin again today just denied it. It's fucking sad. So yeah, I get amused with this whole idea that Obama lacks strategy just because people don't understand the strategy. Um, Seems pretty strategic to me because now we have the largest NATO ground army, that is Turkey, actually seeing for themselves the true colors of Russia. And the line in the sand is being drawn. The European NATO powers have the most powerful air force in the world, and combined with Turkey's army, can definitely defend themselves against Russia. So, as far as world security goes, um, Obama has effectively been the most brilliant strategist of our time. But, the whole Obama has no strategy thing because he won't tell us. If you had a good strategy, talking like a wartime strategy, wouldn't part of what made that a good strategy involve not fucking telling people? Oh, let's go project our plans to our enemies. Yay! I don't think so, Tim. Anyways, that's all for tonight. Thanks, everybody. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is the only channel that you're going to get actual truth.